Okay, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. We're in Kerbal. I know we've been spending a lot of time out at Eve, getting those relay networks set up. We still have a few more days for Joule system to make some burns, but like adjusting burns. But what we're going to do is go into mission control here and see if there's any science data from the surface of Eve. We're not ready for that one yet. But we do have one here, plant a flag on the moon. They're going to give us $120,000 for that. Just planting a flag. So I think we've got a guy out there. We're going to go ahead and accept it. If not, we've got 10 years to do it. So we'll take that one. And this one's going to be an easy one. Science data from space around Ike. We already have some satellites out there, so this will be an easy one. We'll probably take care of that one first. Science data from space around Ike. The rest of these will wait. This is recover Orhat and Orhat's debris, so we have to bring him or her and whatever they're in. And sometimes it's, you accept it and you find out that he's in a very heavy object. It's hard to know what object he's in. It could just be a small capsule, but so you have to go out and grab it, figure out a way to put parachutes on it and bring it back to Kerbal. Ferry some tourists. Where's this one? You have to ferry these 5 tourists. This one wants to fly by Minmus, wants to orbit Kerbal, and he wants to fly by Ike. So that's a trip to Duna there. And then he wants to land on Minmus. So, and you have to get them all back. So this one's just going to the moon. He wants suborbital space flight on Kerbal, so that's just taking him up and bringing him back down without even orbiting. We're going to do that one. Here's some tests that we can run, but we're not going to do that. So first, let's get out to Ike and run some science tests around Ike. Where is Duna? There's the 2 satellites going out. And let's see. Duna. Then we want to get to Ike and science data. We probably got, well, one of these. I don't know if we'll have any connection back to Kerbal. Those 2 are connecting at the moment. Oh, now it changed to this one. So, but we'll see. Let's try this one here. As long as it's got some equipment on it, it could be a thermostat, it could be anything really. Gravity scanner or something. Where are we? Yeah. Now we've got a connection. It's not very strong, but let's see if we can send a. Oh, I've got some data in here already. Let's go ahead and send it. Yep, and up here it's blinking that we completed that mission. So we had a mission to get science data from space around Ike, transmit or recover scientific data from space. That's all it was. We got $100,000 for that, plus $6,000. No science. We actually traded in some science for money there. Do that. Everything's quiet out here on Ike. Oh, there's our bounce. Look at that. So this one doesn't send directly to, it reaches out to this one. So this communication, oh, probably because this one can't reach that. So it's a double bounce there. And the signal. but interesting. Let's take a look. Oh, I haven't really been out here and looked. Mostly I use the same satellites that I was sending to Eve and Jewel. These are about half full, and again it just orbits polar orbit. It's scanning for resources. Wow. Well, that's the antenna it was using. The HG high gain 5 antenna. Do have the little one on there, and of course this can access KerbNet. We're on the dark side of Ike at the moment. Let's see what these look like. Should be about the same as I sent to Eve as well. Same basic setup. Small satellite, communication only. We've used a little bit of fuel to keep it in its orbit. There's Ike, Duna's moon. I'm thinking that this is tidally locked. The moon with this, so if you were, standing on the surface of Duna and you looked up and can see the moon, see Ike, you would always see Ike. It doesn't set, it doesn't rise, it's always in the same spot. So it rotates at the same speed as Duna. So it's interesting. It's something that definitely happens in space. Let's see. Let's go back to that Duna relay network here to see what it is. Again, it's basically the same. This one has that little antenna that I was talking about earlier, and it's got the big radar dome on it. So this gives you KerbNet access, tells us we're over the poles or on the surface. Yeah, we're too high, I guess, too high to see it. So this should be on something that's flying lower. We're at 562,000 meters and falling right now. We are falling. Oh yes, I put this in what's called what is that called, a Molina orbit, Molina or Colina. We're on Kerbin. We're in Kerbal Space Program. Everything starts with a K. Molina orbits are, the periapsis is very low to the surface, and the apoapsis is very, very high. And what that does is it gives this communication satellite, it's going to spend more time hovering above Duna than it will be when it's down low. And, a lot of satellites will do this. They'll come in really fast and then go back up. And they'll hang out, here for days as they come back down and then do it again. So they're very far away from the distance of the surface, and nothing can get blocked, while they're up here. And when they are blocked, it's just a short amount of time. It's just a short amount of time. This one is spot on, really. This one will never be blocked, even when it's down here. However, when Kerbin and everything is rotating, it may be looking like this, shooting out that way. So it'll always have communication, and then when it comes around and gets up on this side, it'll lose its communication connection, but it won't be long until it's out again, and that's called a Molina orbit. Let's see. I think this is just that's just the scanning the poles. We still have the rover on there. Now I did park that rover right on the corner of three biomes. Like there was a biome called the Midlands, the Highlands, and the Lowlands, And I found a spot where all three of those converge, and that's where I chose to land the rover. So I didn't have to rove very far to hit all three biomes and get the science data from there. So look for situations like that. Good mission planning or something that you can land and take care of a lot of science. So we've already got the science from there. Let's go to the moon and see if we have somebody already on planet. There's the moon. Let's see. Yeah, we got somebody. Oh no, this is moon science. Let's see if there's anybody there. I don't know if somebody's down on the planet surface or not. No, it is just there to do science, just there to do science from the surface. That's all it is. It's got a little bit of fuel when it landed. It's been there for a year. It's been there for a year, almost 2 years. We landed on the surface a couple of years ago. It's got the solar panels. Battery still good. Yeah, charged up. It probably runs out at nighttime, but small one. So we don't have anybody that I know of on the surface. What have we got? It's low moon orbit. See if we've got anybody up here. Oh, we're on the dark. Oh no, here we go. Took a while to load up. Okay, so we got two scientists. Oh, that looks new. Two scientists and a pilot, Tedley. Tedley is the pilot. Huh. The only thing is, if Tedley's the pilot, he's in control of this whole system here, this whole ship. If he is inside here and we detach, this no longer has a pilot and cannot be controlled. And I don't know if I put a control unit. Oh yeah, I did. I do have a control unit, but I don't know if it's autonomous. If I can control it while he's gone, while the pilot is not aboard. I think I can with this one. Not 100% sure, but I think I can. So what we'll do is we'll just make sure he's got some fuel on board. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%, 100%. Now it doesn't matter where we put the flag, just as long as we land on the surface, and then we just take back off and meet him again. Let's go ahead and make sure. Yeah, he's in the cockpit of that small one, so he's ready to go. We'll detach him, and we're going 526 meters per second, and in a minute we'll be going 0. We'll be on the surface. Well, not in a minute. It may take us a day to get into position. But let's get out of here. I'm going to go ahead and quick save. And we'll go ahead and detach and dock. Okay. Turn our RCS on here. Oh. Control from here. It's rotating. I hate the way the new thing is, the way they did it. Like I, J, K, and L or something like that. Yeah, I, J, K. Go around. I'm just going to get away from him and then start slowing down. That's what we're going to do. We're going to close this. Plenty RCS fuel. I hate that we're rotating, but let's stop that. And we are going into nighttime, so should have thought about that before I. And we want to turn retro. Oh, that was prograde. I'm going to turn retrograde here. We're at 31,000 feet. We're going to slow down just a little bit. And we're slowing down. We're going to let that go on. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to bring our periapsis down really close to the surface. More thrust here. That becomes our apoapsis. This will be our periapsis at 11,000. We'll be skimming across the surface at 11,000 meters. And the sun looks like it'll be over here, so we may try landing somewhere, I don't know, right in here somewhere. All we're wanting to do is plant a flag. So we're going to speed up time here a little bit. We're getting in closer to the surface. When we get here, I'm going to add a maneuver. Slow down and land. Right there on the lip, probably somewhere close to there, will be a good shot. It's only cost 22 meters per second. So we'll go on and warp around to there. Got to burn in 5 minutes. We're getting a connection bounced off of there with our antenna. So that's cool. Go. Small antenna, we're talking to there. 57 seconds, we're going to make a 4-second burn. What I'm going to go ahead and do is forget the keys. V, camera free, orbital, chase, locked. I think that's how you do the docking again. We'll go free, and then we'll turn around like we're coming in this way. I'm going to do a 4-second burn here in just a moment. Skim across. Go. Okay, that should put us in a little, like a landing configuration. We're going to come screaming across. Yeah, we'll hit right here. Of course, we're going to start slowing down again and again and again. Somewhere around in here is where we're going to land. Now, it's my preference. I like to look at the Something isn't. I don't have something turned on. I don't have like really good control of this craft the way I want to. So we'll see. This may be a very short, unfortunate mission. We're going to go ahead and put the gear down. And we're going to turn the lights on, so we'll have lights. I am going to change one thing. Since we are no longer in orbit, we're going to be monitoring the surface speed. Not the orbital speed, but the surface speed. Right about here, we'll start making another, in 5 minutes, we'll start making another. Oh, that ain't gonna work. Get rid of that. Got to at least now do it. Maneuver. Slow down. And see, this is, we're going to be bleeding off a lot of our speed at this point. Nearly slowing down to a hover. We'll leave that there and see what it looks like at 11,000 meters. I may have to change or adjust. We're just eyeballing it here. We got 4 minutes. We'll go ahead and speed up time a little bit as we come across the planet. I've got something over there. 4 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. It's going to be a minute burn. Across the planet. I'll slow time down here a little bit, get readjusted. I do want to check engine, make sure it's on full. Yeah. Full power. Coming in, we got 2 minutes. Plenty of fuel. We're over the Midlands right now. Tedley is in control. 2 minutes, let's speed up time. It's going to be a minute burn, so we don't want to go too far here. A minute till we get there, and it's a 1 minute burn, so we'll just go ahead and kind of start. We can make adjustments along the way if we need to. Okay. Starting to slow down for the moon landing. We're at 6,000 meters. 7,000, excuse me. It's like a good place right in here, somewhere flat. All we're wanting to do is put a flag down. – 400 meters per second across the surface. Slow down. Down to nearly 6,000 meters above the surface. Okay, let's cut the engines and see where that takes us. We might be able to get right in here. Undetermined, we're going 300 meters per second. We're at 5,000 meters. We need to burn off about 300 meters per second. I'm going to hit it again. This might be kind of close. We're getting close. We can turn that off. We're just eyeballing. Okay, we're at 17 meters per second, 3,000 meters. Lights are coming into view. Don't want to hit too hard. There we go. A little bounce. It's all right. We're going to hit F5 to save. We're going to turn the lights off. We're going to do an EVA and plant a flag. Don't worry about that. Oh, I had ladders down here. There we go. Stand the ladder. Of course, you don't need to. You are on the moon. There's low gravity here. I don't even know if that goes all the way down. Yeah, it does. So we'll climb down. Go. And then if we watch up here in the top right, as soon as we plant the flag, we get notification that the mission was complete. Tedley. Oops. Oh, and you can name the flag, name the spot on the ground, whatever you want to do. Just going to cancel that. Tedley has planted his flag. And it's probably time for a screenshot. Okay. And, you know, now he'll just get back up on the... As long as he doesn't break the solar panels off, we'll be okay. They've known to do that. Get up here and break the solar panels off. Nope. And there goes our station right now. So we'll have to wait one orbit till he comes around. He'll get right about here, and then I'll take off and rendezvous with him. And, you know, mission complete. Right now we have a Kerbal on the surface of the moon again. We've had several down there before, but yeah. Couple of missions successful here. Let's see how much we got for that one. 120,000 just for planting a flag on the moon. So yeah, overall good mission. Thanks for watching.